Hey guys, okay, now that you've completed setting up the form and getting the sheet responses shared, now you're like, what do we do with this Team Awesome Sauce Research Project Planner anyway? So you come back here to your research planner and you're going to look at all of the research questions that you and your classmates generated. Hey, what do you think? Do you think you can add another research question? Absolutely. You just want to make sure to add it to the form as well. But for now, I'm going to pick a research question that I want to investigate. What photographs were famous at that time of the Great Depression and what were the results? So I'm going to Google photos that were famous in the Great Depression. And that's the beauty of having a good research question, is that you should be able to Google it and have stuff come up. And I'm just going to click on the very first link. It is a photo essay of the Great Depression. So now I'm going to scroll down and wow, these are all really powerful. But oh, I see this one, the migrant mother. I remember learning about this in history, that this one really helped generate a lot of sympathy for the migrant workers, what they were going through. So I definitely want to use this as a source. So what do? I'm going to open up my form, which, by the way, you should probably bookmark or save a link to it in a Google Doc or something so that you can get to it quickly, because you're going to want to use it multiple times. I could just copy, Control C, and paste the link right here. But if we want to have an MLA citation, then we can open up EasyBib, which is linked right here on the assignment. If I go to EasyBib, I can do the exact same thing. I'm going to paste the website in. I'm going to have MLA 8 selected because that's the most up-to-date MLA. And it says, oh, yep, it found it. And yes, this looks right, the same thing. So I say cite this. And it says, okay, we need a couple things from you. Okay, fine. It says it needs the author. Great. I go back here and I see Dorothea Lange as the photographer. And Belarusian translation. Wait, that's not right. A Danish. Well, maybe it's at the bottom. Nope, but I do see Return to the Great Depression. So I come up here. Compiled and prepared by Carrie Nelson. Awesome. So that's helpful. So I can come back to this and we say Carrie Nelson. Make sure it's capitalized correctly, spelled correctly, etc. It says compiled and prepared, so I'm going to say that that's an editor, not a writer. The publisher or sponsor of the website. Now that's tricky. I'm here, Modern American Poetry. Is that, oh, look, in the URL, illinois.edu. So I'm going to just go to, see what is that, illinois.edu. And turns out it's the University of Illinois. That is the sponsor of the website. You have to look around. You have to click around. And usually it's at the bottom of the page somewhere, but for some reason this one isn't, okay? And now it's going to say electronically published. I don't see anything here. I could try to kind of just go back to getting rid of, maps. Maybe English Illinois maps. Yeah, that takes me here. But, the only thing I see at the very bottom, which is usually where it says copyright 1999 to 2014. But that's not really an electronically published date. So I'm just going to leave it be. This is where I'm at. I'm going to say create citation. And now I have this beautiful, perfectly processed citation. I'm going to click copy and paste citation. It says copied. Okay, cool, thanks. And I'm going to go back to my form and boom, it's all in there. Now it says, which research question does this address? This is why it's important that all of your research questions are in here. Mine is what photographs were famous at that time. What type of medium is this source? So is it print? Is it digital? Is it video? Is it audio? Is it graphic? Is it a photo? What is it? It's kind of both. It's photo and digital, right? But we're going to go with, this is really examining a photograph. And then my MLA citation will tell me that I found it digitally. Is this a primary or a secondary source? Primary means it's firsthand. It was done by somebody who was really there. Secondary is a retelling or analysis of somebody else's firsthand experience. So this photograph was taken by a real woman who was really there at the time of the Great Depression. All these photographs were. So I'm going to say this is a primary source because it was from somebody who was really there. Why is this source credible in your opinion? Well, credible means believable, and this is published by the University of Illinois. Being from such an illustrious academic institution, I can probably assume that the source is to be believed. Plus, it's a primary source. So I'm going to say published on University of Illinois website. You don't need to go into too much detail here. Just give me, the basic thing that you used. And then how useful do you think this source will be to your overall research? Well, my topic is how do these things raise government awareness? Well, the photograph is really good. I remember that the photograph was important, but if I actually look here, there's not a ton of information about the impact of these photographs. It just says kind of where it was. So I'm going to say like a 3. It might give me some other things to search for, but it's probably not going to be super useful. Now I want to go back to that Google Sheet that we created that was saved with all of your group members. And here you can see that all of my information is uploaded to this sheet. And as we continue to add resources, we will be able to see these things. One thing I did is I select all by clicking in this box, and I went to Format, Text Wrapping, and clicked on Wrap. And that makes it so that you can see everything that's written. It doesn't just cut it off or it overflows into the next slide, which is going to be really important. So I have the MLA citation, which will be helpful when I'm coming up with my bibliography down the road. But what's going to help us now is seeing, okay, what research question, what type of media, is it primary or secondary, and then how useful is it going to be? As we add sources, as all of the members of our team are adding a variety of sources, we're going to be able to see whether or not we're only using primary or secondary sources, whether or not we're including a variety of media. Is everything just a website, or are we adding video and photographs and print sources too, books and things like that? And are we finding things that we think are going to be really helpful to the overall product that we're generating? So using this Google Sheet is a really good way to kind of guide your group. And I will be looking at them as well and going over them with you to help you identify areas to improve the quality and breadth of your research. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I'm really excited to see what amazing sources and ideas you come up with, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.